Hello, Rory and I, Loki variant Heather, say happy Halloween. And it's been a long time since I've seen you. Yeah. We've missed you guys very much, and so it's been a very busy time. But we decided we were gonna do some more Liberty Librarians because we missed you all so much. Rory can't stand to not walk in front of the camera like while you guys are there. He wants to show his butt. He just does. I'm helping to make sure that doesn't happen. I don't need to get shadow banned. Damn it. So how you guys been? I've been missing y'all. It's a very informal show. I decided to, since it's almost Halloween, to wear my Loki horns because I got them and I love them. I would wear them every day. Neil, cat slaps you. Who's in charge here? This guy. What can I say? So it's been kind of a crazy time. I missed y'all, and I miss the Freedom Revolution Network family, and I miss everyone. So I decided I'm gonna do a few shows this next month just to like see how it goes. Very excited about a lot of stuff that's going on. I'll talk about that in our show tonight. What's been going on, Heather? Why you been gone for so long? I'm in grad school right now. I think I might have told most of you, but if you didn't know, I've been doing doctoral program and in educational hoo-ha-ness. And my husband's just getting home, so he's gonna be super confused since I haven't done the show in a while. But it's been a really good program. I really think that I'm doing the show, Andy. It's been a really good program for me, but it's a lot of work. So I'm been not doing the show because it's been really hard to kind of keep up with everything. And honestly, it really still will be, but I'm going to try my best because it's important to me and I really enjoy doing it. So let me know how things are going with you. It's been a long time. So I'm hopeful that this next month you'll get to see a little more of me. And then hopefully after that, we'll figure out something. I need to talk to my Freedom Revolution Network folk and see what the plan is. You know, a lot of us have had stuff kind of going on in our lives, so it's been a little bit like we're all on pause, right? So I'm hoping that, this new year is coming up. Maybe 2022 will be the year of Freedom Revolution Network, and we'll kind of reevaluate where we're going and do some awesome shit, dude. So anyway, like tonight's show isn't going to be so much about intellectual freedom. I'm going to bring a couple things of news up just because it's been a while, right? But we're going to talk about what's going on in the next month, like who's going to be on my show the next few episodes, and the fun that's coming. So hope you're horny, baby. I just have horns on. That's it. It's been a wild ride. So anyway, what's happening? Heather? Okay. Going to school, been super busy. It went from one class to two classes a couple weeks ago. So now it's like Tuesday and Wednesday nights I'm in night class. So that's crazy. And every day it's like constant homework. But I decided to be even more busy because I'm bringing back Liberty Librarian. At least for now. We'll see how it goes. November is National Novel Writing Month. Oh, you thought they were a camera effect? No, they're real and they're pointy. This is one I got off of Etsy, Dan, and it is one that's 3D printed, and it really looks good though. It's nice and shiny. It's still a little yellowy gold, but I like it. I think it works. So it's got like an elastic thing on the back, so it's comfy, and it's got a little Velcro on the side so you can adjust it. So, you're supposed to have it a little lower, like a crown. So I'm going to wear it to work forever. I love it. They also sell ones that have the little broken tip for the Lady Loki. Like if you ever watched that Loki series on Disney Plus, which awesome. It's a great show. I really enjoyed all of that. I'm trying to remember how to do StreamYard, honestly. Like, oh, thank you. It feels amazing. I feel like I should wear this all the time. have a scepter, walk around. Yeah, I want that. So let's see what else. There's been a lot going on. I'm missing doing this show. I'm missing doing Sweet Subversives. It's not the same. It's not the same to not do it, and it feels weird. I'm going to try to do a little bit more, and we'll see how it goes. I might go a little insane. We'll see. But November, National Novel Writing Month. I'm not going to write fiction for National Novel Writing Month, but I've decided that something I wanted to do, and I talked to my friend Kara about this, is I've wanted to do nonfiction short books, for Amazon, to sell. And the plan is to just keep writing at least a book a month for throughout the year and make enough of them so you start getting some royalties through the Amazon system. Make them not suck. I'm pretty good at research. I'm a librarian, so I should be able to find something good to write about every month. But find a system that works for me so I can keep cranking out little short books every month and make some money off of them. The idea is you get enough of them and they're good enough that you will be able to live off of that for at least a supplemental income. My hope is that I'll have like some social security and some like retirement money that I can live on. So maybe having something extra when I retire will be awesome. So that's the plan. Instead of writing fiction for NaNoWriMo, which National Novel Writing Month, if you go to my page, and I'll include this in the links, it's called Liberty NaNoWriMo. I'm hoping that all of my friends, you don't have to be a libertarian, but I always support libertarians. If you are interested in ever writing anything, either fiction or nonfiction, this is the month to do it. And we're gonna make a show every week. I found 3 other people who've done NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo, RIMO. It's just like the word doesn't sound right. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, and I found 3 other people who are veterans of the whole process. They've written the books. They've gone through all of it. They've been successful. I'm the only one out of the group who hasn't been successful during NaNoWriMo. I finished it right after it. I get close. My problem is focus during November. It's like a hard month for me, especially with you get Thanksgiving in there and it just goes off the rails. But I'm going to do my best to stick to it because I'm going to do 3 short books. I have the outlines already. Not going to say what they are yet. But if I can get at least one of those finished and then in December edited and published, that is my supreme goal, is to at least get one of these dang books up on Amazon, KSP, KDP. It seems like that's something, it's a thing. It's an Amazon publishing, independent publishing. So that way you can make some money doing it. And I want all of you, any of you who are interested in writing, and it doesn't have to be good writing, just write. But if you have something in your mind that you've been thinking about doing, and you're like, I don't have time, come join us every Thursday at this time. And we're going to get this group together. It's me. And these are 3 people who've been on the show before. We have Laura Lavoie, Jill Valuet, and Allison Sabo. And all 3 are authors and fabulous people. They are experts. And we're going to share some tips and tricks, but mostly we're going to hang out. So if you've never said before in your life, I'm a part of a writing group, you can be a part of a writing group. We're going to do a little talking at the beginning, and then we're going to do what's called writing sprints. Writing sprints are, we're just going to, see us on camera, and we're all going to be typing and writing stuff down. You do you, however you want. You can write in a notebook. You can type it on your computer. But we're going to be doing 15-minute writing sprints a couple times throughout the show. So we'll write together. We'll talk about the process and support each other. Because there's something about, peer pressure will help you get and achieve your goals. So if you've never done this before, or you've done it before, but you want to have a group that you can sit and just kind of chat with, it's going to be super fun. And I'm planning on having some beverages and hanging out, and it'll be so fun. So I hope that you guys can join us. And Rory does too, wherever he is. Yeah, he can't stand to not see you guys. And he'll probably be there too. He's not a really good writer, but he definitely is supportive and kind of intrusive. So he thinks that it should be about him. So then I think it's going to be super fun. I'm going to work on getting the official announcements out tonight. My plan was to work a little bit on it on my lunch break today, but it ran out of time. As it is, I will try to get that up tonight so that way you can see the official show links and all that. But I'm so excited. It's been so long to not do shows, and it's not like me. It's not like me. I want to do this. I know it's a lot. It's just a lot of stuff. So I hate making excuses, but you know how it is, right? Things get too busy and then you're just like, where's the time? But then you think later, you're like, I really like doing shows. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are my favorite people. So we have so much fun. So we'll do our best, right, Rory? We will. And this is like every night I have night class. This cat has to go in front of the camera just like this because he feels like he's not getting his camera time, and he's a beautiful cat and he thinks people need to see him. I don't know if you need to see this cat, but he is kind of my baby. So enough of that. Get out of the way, man. So what else is going on? We're going to do that. I'm going to give you links on this page so you can go to the National Novel Writing Month and sign up. Be friends with me. My name is Hathor, like the goddess, on that, Hathor. I'm the one and only. There's no numbers behind me. I'm there. I've been doing this for so long, I don't have one of those weird names with numbers behind it because other people have tried to do it again and again. I think we will have a blast. Send me a buddy request. We will do this. Tell me, send me a note in either Liberty Librarian or Freedom Revolution Network or one of our sites, and send me a message. Let me know what kind of book you're writing. I can figure out some stuff to help you. We want everybody to succeed. I want all my friends to be able to write something and to get lots of money so we can have at least one of us buy an island so we can all have a writer's retreat and be like with a bunch of millionaires hanging out. How cool would that be? I want you to be the Elon Musk of our group. Come take us to outer space, okay? We all want to hang out. And so why not? Next Thursday will be the first NaNoWriMo writing sprint show. We're going to do them every Thursday. Oh my God, Total Vagabonds, I missed you so much. Hello. It's beautiful to see you again. I hope the beautiful Emerald Isles are doing great. Oh my God, this is why I totally miss doing this. I tell you, we're going to have so much fun writing. So if you are interested in writing and hanging out, we're going to be having beverages, talking. Well, we're going to have a great time. If you're super into NaNoWriMo and you think you should be along in there, let me know because I might have guest spots open throughout the time. Next week is full, but let me know. Let me know if you really want to join up. If you've done this before and you think you got a lot to add, send me a note. We can maybe see about having you on the show or even as a guest during the show. Oh, it's buried in storage, Martin. You should do NaNoWriMo. We will have all the fun. Even if it's just like, you're writing your memoirs, you're writing notes, you could write poetry, just writing during November. It's cold out anyway. Why not do it? We all have the great American or non-American novel in us. Let's just go out and all get famous. I'd love that. I want you all to. And I'm going to be doing a lot of academic writing. I'm starting to gear up for doing what's called a dissertation for my program. It's going to be a lot of dry academic writing, which I'm interested in. It's stuff I like. We're going to be doing I'm going to do my dissertation on intellectual freedom. So Liberty Librarian is exactly the kind of stuff I'm interested in. But, academic writing is not as much fun. What I'm hoping to do is to get really good at writing throughout the year and take my dissertation and convert it into a regular book down the road. Why not, right? I'll already have all the research done. It'll be all great. Make it so it's more fun reading for people and less academic dry reading. So, and I will say, all the academic reading I've been doing this last few months, it makes me not as happy as fun reading does. So it makes me excited about this. I hope you're excited too. We're going to have a good time. So what else is happening? It's just been kind of a fast time. Anytime it's the beginning of the semester at school, time flies. I had 2 presentations on intellectual freedom at the Minnesota Library Association annual conference. What else? Yeah. I like that. You said, yeah. Yeah. I got elected. I'm an elected library official. As in the Minnesota Library Association, they have elections every year, and I was elected to become chair-elect of the Intellectual Freedom Committee for Minnesota. Yeah, which also means I'm going to be serving on the Minnesota Library Association Board of Directors. So I think that starts in January. So that's coming up. I'm going to be a busy girl. The more busy you are, the more busy you get. It's just the way it goes. But I'm really excited about writing again, and I want it to be good. I know it reminded me of all of this is that every time at Halloween, I wrote a short story that was in George Donnelly's collection. It was Monster Maelstrom. It's on Amazon, and I think it's still free. I haven't checked lately, but it popped up in my memories, and I remembered how good it felt to get my short story published. And then I had more short stories published through Agorist Writers Workshop, which is they have 2 series going on. They have many books that you can explore if you're looking for liberty topics. But that was one of those things that changed me. And so I hope that this is the kind of thing that changes you, that you can write things that you're passionate about, that you are excited about, and you get really into it and you love to do it. And I would love to read your stuff. I'm a librarian. I'm around books all the time. I want to see all of you in my books in my library. So that would be cool. And seeing author visits and that kind of thing. It's really exciting. How fun would that be for you to get to go on an author visit to a college or to a bookstore or to a public library and to get to meet people who are interested in what you wrote? I just think that's something we should all go through at least once. It's just really special. We all have stories. Every single one of you has a story to tell. You may not be great at writing yet, but it's a skill you hone. I promise you, your first story is probably going to suck a little bit because if you haven't written for years, you get used to it. But it helps to be a reader. The more you read, the better you write. And then just to practice at it. I mean, there's hardly anybody who could just sit down and never written a book and make a bestseller. You get better and better, right? So I really want that for all of you. I think we're going to have a great time. I really do. So one of the things I wanted to look up for old time's sakes, and I didn't get it up on the screen because I was kind of waffling about doing this today, but I decided, fuck, sorry for the bad word. I'm doing it. I'm going to look up a couple intellectual freedom news that I share with you. And I feel like there's more news that I forgot to tell you about. And I was just going to go through all of this, but I can't remember it all. My brain is kind of melty lately. Let's see what's there. Here is and if you ever need news without me, if I ever go flaky on y'all again, the American Library Association Intellectual Freedom Committee has their own blog. Oh, if I can type. Where is it? And I've been having a lot of internet problems today. Have you? I really have. It's super weird. I'm not having an easy time getting into anything. Here's the blog. Okay. Here we go. And I think it's every Friday a new one goes up. It's usually Friday or Saturday, I think. And they're selling t-shirts. That's fun. Okay, what is this? What's a good one for me to tell you about? I'm looking through. There's always something in the news. There's a lot of book banning. And I don't know, if maybe me, I'm kind of jaded on it, but like all the book banning kind of is irritating to me. I don't think they should have so much of that, but that's probably because I just don't believe in that. Okay, here we go. Company that buys 0-day hacks now wants exploits for popular VPNs. Okay, so this is what the news says. The Zerodium is looking to acquire exploits for NordVPN. NordVPN is one of the most popular VPNs. VPNs kind of circumvent government peeking at you on the internet and companies tracking you. So they want exploits. This Zerodium wants exploits for NordVPN, ExpressVPN, and Surfshark, signaling that its government clients may want to spy on VPN users. So this is one of the things that is troublesome when you see it happening. So this infamous company that pays thousands of dollars for iOS and Android hacking techniques is now out to acquire 0-day exploits for 3 popular VPN services. So the government wants to get around your VPN so they can still track you. Just letting you know this is out there. But hackers hate that. So they will be probably doing stuff to them too. The attacks are capable of leaking information for VPN, such as a computer's IP address. Now, Zerodium will also pay for exploits that can trigger a VPN to remotely execute computer code. So that's not so good either, that they could like make your computer do things remotely, like use it for stalking. I mean, there's so many terrible things. So, and this came out of a tweet of all things on the Zerodium Twitter account. They're looking for 0-day exploits on the VPNs, and they're saying contact them at their website. They didn't say how much they're willing to pay, but its bounties can range from $100,000 up to $2.5 million for the most powerful 0-day exploits against Android and iOS. Now, I'm telling you now, if you're a hacker and you're just giving this to companies like that, you're really a bad guy. You know, I know everybody likes to work for money, but this is about the most unethical thing. The fact that they're asking for it and the fact that you're willing to do it are very unethical. So these exploits, it's unsettling that they were so out there that they didn't care what anybody thought. But it's also true that hackers and fraudsters rely on VPN services too. So the hackers that use the VPNs to protect themselves are probably not going to like this message. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. The technology for VPNs, it reroutes and encrypts your connection, which is something that I use every day. I hope you have a VPN. But if I do hear anything that they've found an exploit and they're abusing it, I will let you know. I will let you know which ones are dangerous. And it's always a possibility, right? It's always a possibility. So then another one that I saw, where was that? Here's one from South Dakota. I live in the Midwest. So South Dakota has ACLU that said the Department of Education, and I'm an educator, so this bothers me, may have violated federal and constitutional law. And this seems very like current event kind of thing. Governor Kristi Noem, the members of South Dakota Department of Education's Board of Education Content Standards group, the letter outlines that the ACLU opposed to the Department of Education's removal of elements of Native American culture and history from a draft of the state's social studies education content standards. Now, if you go to any education event, conference, anything, webinars. What is really hot right now is land agreements, Native American culture, talking about making sure that there's inclusion. I mean, I live in Minnesota where we have a lot of reservations, so it is definitely something we talk about a lot. So anyways, the original draft of this standard said it had, they removed the references of Native American references, likely because it violates federal equal protection and First Amendment provisions in the United States Constitution. So what I'm wondering on it is if the reason they took it out is if they're planning on doing something. The letter calls not just for reinstatement of Native American elements into the content standards, but for additional elements to be added as well. So there's, hey, Rory. It says in the email statement, GNOME's communications director, Ian Fury, which is probably related to Nick Fury from Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? It says the ACLU misunderstanding the issue. It says ACLU appears to fundamentally misunderstand the governor's plans. Deflection. The Oseti-Skoyan essential understandings remain in place. They aren't going anywhere. They're completely separate from the social studies standards. Given the fact that the rest of this letter makes no sense, Governor Noem will continue working to ensure that our kids learn real South Dakotan and American history, whatever that means, and a wide variety of voices will have the opportunity to weigh in on that process. So there's revisions, and I think a lot of this comes because they didn't include people. But I just know that's going to be in the news a lot more. What do you want? So that's just a taste of some of the news. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I really wanted to cover. Right, cat. Right, cat. Oh, here's one for my more conservative viewers that I think is funny. According to the web, school masks are now considered a satanic ritual. I just think, you know, a lot, you either are cool with face masks or you hate them. You're one or the other. But the representative from the Church of Satan tells the Philadelphia magazine that said that the school masks are a satanic ritual. They said it is not a satanic ritual. Just clarifying it for you. The Satanists would definitely say it'd be much sexier if it was something that they would do. And I totally agree. There would probably be like more delicious food involved too. So just saying that if you're going to blame Satanists for something that you don't like, they're just going to weigh in on it and say, yeah, that's not us. We don't do that. So there's a lot of anti-masking grievances. And there's valid reasons to not like them. A lot of students have anxiety, depression, and discomfort. A lot of us have health issues. I have health issues that make it so I have to wear face shields often. But people have problems with that because the rules say you need to wear a face mask that covers up your nose and your mouth. People are going to be upset about it. But let me tell you, don't blame the Satanists. That's all. There's whatever you think it is, like you think it's torture, you think Satan is the one who brought this upon us. The Church of Satan says no. This is their quote. No, simply wearing a mask is not a satanic ritual. Anyone that genuinely thinks otherwise is a blithering idiot. Who is Reverend Raul Anthony said on Thursday of last week. More often than not, these people don't actually believe that. But just label anything they don't like as satanic. Our rituals are easily available in Anton LaVey's The Satanic Rituals and on our website, which feels like a very Halloween-y kind of thing to focus on, right? So, I know it. Oh, hello, Petit Chat Blanc. Very nice to see you. So, what do you think? Are face masks satanic? Should I be wearing one with a costume where I'm wearing horns? I feel like that's sort of, Loki isn't Satan. I'm just saying, just because I have horns on, I'm not satanic. Just because I'm wearing this, just because you have horns, doesn't mean you're Satan. Just saying. So, I don't know. I think that people get really hung up on a lot of things. It's not really necessary. And it's not, I think we're all under a lot of stress after this last year. Oh my goodness. So anyway, the other thing that I'm gonna that's all of the news for tonight. There's a lot out there, and I'd like to have more time to process it if I'm going to share more with you. But let me tell you, I have decided that one of the books I'm writing is going to talk about how last year I went on a diet and lost some weight, and how I did that. So I'm going to try a more gentle diet, because I actually had a beer when I got home, and well, I like having beer every now and then, right? I think we all need a little fun in our lives, especially when stress is high. So one of the things I'm going to write about is that, and my plan was kind of unorthodox, so I think it'll be interesting to write it down and see. People probably bitch about it just because it's sort of different, but the new system I'm going to do is a little bit of supplements, walking, and a little healthier food limits, a little bit more broad. So probably take longer to lose weight. And I don't have much to lose. I just have gone up a little bit every fall. I go up because stress of the beginning of the school year is nuts. And I'm in a grad program. So I'm going to work on that. Although, every day they've had delicious cookies at my work, and, so I get it. I know it's really hard. And I've had people in one of my libertarian groups that have been losing weight all year, and they're doing an amazing job, and they work out. They've totally, literally worked their asses off. And I am not as really into it as that, and last year I was way more into it, and I worked hard at it, and I think you got to work hard if you're really going to stick to it. But I hate diets. I hated them then, and I hate them now. So I think that's part of what I'm going to be putting into my book, is that I'm not going to really go crazy for it. I want it to be something I can do my whole life. So, and if my whole life means no chocolate, no beer, I'm not going to do that. I don't blame anybody for not liking that. Now, I'm not going to eat myself into a food coma. That, as much fun as it is, isn't really good for me. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited about that. I want to take good care of myself, take good care of my face, my skin, and try to do well. If I'm gonna be an evil Lady Loki where I take over the universe, I need to work on it. Oh, I say the reason I mention this is that the scenario was where books became illegal. Oh yeah, Fahrenheit 451. Totes, where they do the book burning. The censorship can always lead to that. It happens everywhere. Every so many years you see a bunch of people will get a bunch of Harry Potter books and burn them. You'll see people doing that all over the globe, that books get censored. And you don't really know how it can happen until you think, okay, think about your political perspective. Now, think of the exact opposite of you. Doesn't matter. Somebody that you would totally disagree with, to the point where you really don't like them. I don't know. I don't believe I hate anyone ever. But now let's say somebody came into your life and said, let's go burn all of the books that represent that person. It has nothing to do with you. You're like, this isn't what I believe, but you don't like what they say, and you get sucked into this kind of riotous group mentality, and it's really easy for people to get sucked into it. I just think back to working at the university library, and we made a book display at the presidential election time. It had I made sure it had all of the parties. It had every major party that was involved in the election. I had, Democrats, Republicans, I had Green Party, I had Libertarians, like all of the majors were represented. It had, like, if there were books about them, there was web articles. I had everything I could find. And I've had people come into the library who said, no matter what, it was the opposite, it was usually Republicans or Democrats. Somebody would say, oh, you should burn that book. You should burn that book. And I always felt like, Fahrenheit 451 it's fiction. Nobody would do this anymore. Wrong. People are so easy to get into that because we are so in an echo chamber around people who believe exactly what we do, and we egg each other on. We get so mad, we get furious. So if you think it's okay to burn somebody else's books because you hate their point of view, then you're pretty much as bad as the Fahrenheit 451. I don't even care what it's about. You'll be like, it's this, Heather, it's this, they're so bad, they're so bad. It's not about that. It's about we're in America. And we don't burn books here. You should have the right to read about things that you disagree with, so you understand it, right? Right. So yes, we're that close to being a Fahrenheit 451 kind of world. And 1984, Orwellian, everybody's watching you, Big Brother's watching you. And it's happening right now. We're in it. We're in it up to our eyeballs. There's not much more where it's going to go all the way. I mean, pretty much like the big corporations are going to be married to to our governments, and then it's all over. We'll have no say. Oh my gosh, my aunt. Hello, Aunt Darcel. Hello. It's nice to be back. So I'm not going to go really long tonight, but I really wanted to say we have to be very careful. We have to be thoughtful. And I'm going to be working on this in the next 2 years because I'm going to be doing dissertations on intellectual freedom issues. And after that, I'm going to be trying to turn that into writing books about it and doing good work to stop censorship, to stop surveillance, and to make sure we keep our freedom. And I hope that you all join me on that journey. So here's your to-do list. If you ever wanted to write a book, sign up for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. I'll post a link for you so you can find it easy. Friend me on NaNoWriMo page officially. My name, Hathor. She's got horns too, but this is Loki, but it's Hathor. And if you're not sure, just send me a message and I will send you a link to that. Sign up, do it, get ready. You have a couple days left. You have till like November 1st to start outlining your shit. Get it together. You can do a pantser thing, pants by the seat of your pants, right? Whatever comes to your mind. But it's a lot easier if you have a little bit of an outline, basic idea what you want to write about. You became a book. You memorized it. You became the book. How did it happen, Martin? Oh, so that's what I want you to do. If you're even slightly interested in it, do it. And if not, come watch us next Thursday. We're going to be hanging out. You'll see the process. If you've ever been interested and you're scared, you can watch how easy it is for a group of us to hang out and talk about writing, how much fun it is. And then we'll do a little writing sprints together, and then we'll get back on and you'll see us while we're doing it, but then we'll be done with that, and then we'll talk to you some more so you can be a part of it. You too can be a writer. How cool would this be? So I really hope you join us, and I'm going to be working on making the actual advertisements for it probably tonight. I hope I get it up tonight, but it'll be by tomorrow. I know I'm really super eager about Laura and Jill and Allison all together. We're going to have a great time writing, and if we can all get it published, it'd be awesome. So I'm just so glad to get to see you guys again. I hope you have had a great week. And I'm going to try to do more of this. I know our Freedom Revolution Network team, we're going to talk about changes that might be coming and like how we want to reinvigorate our shows. You know, you've become many books. I believe it. You're a smart guy. You probably have many like book lives in your brain, right? Like we all have lots of different kinds of people we are. I just think that's interesting. Like I have things like I could write a memoir, I could write how-to manuals, I could write fiction, I could write like true stories about weird crap that's happened. I mean, there's so many things. And I am so excited to read your stories. I think you should all do it. So if nothing else, do it for you. Do it if you've ever thought, I've never written a book before. I should do that sometime. Why not now? Why not? And going through a pandemic made me realize you should get off your ass and do the things you always wanted to. I'm in a grad school program to get a doctorate because I was like, you know what? 50's getting closer. I want to get this done. Get it and check that little box off and be happy with what I've done in my career and in my life and kind of use that to do the next phase, I mean, you always got to have a plan, right? Work towards it, make things happen. So even if you don't ever want to write, what do you want to do? Make a list. Like if you were, let's say next week you found out you only had a year to live. What things would you really want to do? You should do at least one of those things this year. I mean, some of the stuff is like go to the moon or go into outer space might be impossible. But, go down your list a little bit. Like you wanted to go to the Grand Canyon, or something, you wanted to like get in shape. Like, why not start working on it? Make your dreams come true, damn it. I want to see it. And I want you to tell me about it because I think that would be just awesome. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a fabulous Halloween. I usually like to go into the history of Halloween, but I've done shows on that. You can watch it. There's a lot going on about appropriation of the Day of the Dead. Read some articles about that. It's interesting. I believe in ancestor veneration, so I feel like if nothing else, think about your family. Put out something nice for your relatives that have passed. Think about the people who've been in your lives that made an effect on you. And I hope that if nothing else, it like brings you some peace, like thinking good thoughts and showing those that are no longer with us that how much you love them and appreciate them. And I think that's the most beautiful part about Samhain and Halloween and the Day of the Dead. And, we all have our own customs, but really this time of year is to think about those who've passed on. The veil is thin, as they say. So we talk about ghost stories. We talk about spooky stuff. I watch a lot of horror this time of year because it's my favorite. But which, by the way, Lock and Key on Netflix, cute show, really fun. And there was also this weird one that looks like a little kid's one called Night Books, which is a theme of Hansel and Gretel, kind of weird. And it was way scarier than I thought it'd be. Great. There's a lot of good stuff out there. Don't bother with American Horror Story this season. The second half was just bonkers. But I think we live in a world that there's a lot of horror already. And I think I like to focus on the fake horror, like the vampires and like what we do in the shadows and, just something magical. Magic is kind of more interesting to me right now than real life. Lack of toilet paper is the kind of horror that we see now, and nonstop masks and that kind of thing. But we'll get there. We'll get past this. But I hope you have some fun. I hope you dress up and eat some candy and go out and enjoy yourself. Send me notes. Tell me what you're up to. I missed you all very much. And I hope you have a happy Halloween. And I will see you next Thursday at the same time. I promise. And we're going to do NaNoWriMo and we'll hang out again. might be even a little longer of a show because I'm trying to figure out how the timing's going to go. It might be an hour and a half. We'll see. But I love you guys. I hope you have the greatest week ever. Thank you for joining me again. And we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.